You might think, what a boring blue top is she wearing? But let me tell you, it's reversible. Just hold on a second. See? Hi, welcome back. Thanks for clicking. I've decided to make this corset inspired top. I know it's not a corset, it's like more like a bustier. In any way, I will link it down below if you want to print it out like I did. I made some adjustments. I cut off the traditional curve at the bottom, and I also made the boob curve more curved because my boobs are boobs. Yeah. Anyway, now that I have adjusted my pattern, it's time to cut out the fabric. Here I'm showing you the fabric that I found. It's this like jungle leaf print, and for the other side I'm using this blue. They're both 4-way stretch, and you should be good with that because we're not doing zippers or buttons or anything really. So I laid it out, and as you can see, the strap could be one piece, but I bought too little for it to be one piece, so I had to fold it in half and do 2 pieces, and then in the end it was like long enough kind of, and anyway, it was a little bit of a mess, but it doesn't matter. So I'm cutting it out, both layers. Don't be like me, pin your pattern. Here you can see all the pieces that you will need, and here I am pinning all of them together to make like the entire top in one. Which is where I made my first mistake. Yeah, as it says, don't do this. Just leave one side seam open so that you have like a flat laying piece instead of like a tube. You will see later my issues that I have with it. Yeah, here you can see it's like a tube. It shouldn't be a tube. Here I'm painting the other side the exact same way, which is bad. Don't do it. And now, after fighting with my sewing machine, see, it doesn't do anything. I mean, not my sewing machine, my serger. After fighting with it for like an hour, I finally fixed it. It was the thread had caught and just didn't pull through, whatever. It was like traumatic. So after rethreading it like a couple of times until I figured it out, I fixed it and sewed all the seams with the serger. So I sewed both layers or both tops this way so that I had like 2 loops or tubes. Here you can see me insert one into the other, which is like it's correct, right sides together and everything. But the way I wanted to do it is pretty wrong. So I pinned all around the top, around the straps and everything. And then I sewed it all together. Then I also pinned and sewed the bottom. I am also leaving a little hole to turn it inside out. And now you can see me turning inside out the straps, which is, you know, it's fine. And here here I'm realizing that it doesn't work that way. I don't know, to be honest, I'm not sure why it doesn't work that way. But yeah, it didn't. But there's a solution. You can fix that. We can fix that. I fixed it. The solution is seam ripping. So I'm ripping the back seam, one of the back seams, just all the way around. So you have like a tube. You will see. So this is what I ended up with. I left the hole. It's still there. We're still gonna need it. And then I flipped it so right sides will be together, and the pattern would meet the pattern, and the solid color would meet the solid color. And so I pinned it around, and I tried to sew it pretty close to the seam allowance so I wouldn't lose much fabric. And then I just turned it inside out because I couldn't wait to look at it if it's right. And yeah, it was right, it worked. And then I laid it down and was kind of over it for a minute. But the straps weren't done, so I did that. I got my mom to pin it on me so that it would fit, and then I marked it. And then I seam ripped a little hole where the strap would go. And then I placed the strap inside of that hole carefully. I made sure it aligned perfectly, and then I went inside of the entire top and grabbed the strap and the seam allowance with my hand to pull it to the outside for me to see and to sew it inside of the top. You could theoretically just top stitch it, but I wanted it to be seamless, or hidden seam. Then I also pinned it and cut the strap because my cheap serger can't handle such big fabric to cut. And I attached the other side the exact same way. And here it is in all its reversible glory. I'm gonna show you it from both sides, up close. Yeah, I hope you learned from my mistakes, and if you ever decide to do this, don't do what I did, please. And let me know if you do and show me. I would love to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Now I gotta go back, eat some fondue. Just kidding. I'm gonna have noodles. Goodbye. Scars and confetti.